Hey, welcome back to the channel. Right now we're at my house. We got the car out of the trailer and I'm gonna do a couple things to it that I'll go over in a little bit. But I appreciate you guys tuning in and following. I also got my hoodies in stock now instead of pre-order stuff. So they're pretty limited supply, but I do have some more left in various sizes and designs. So let me go ahead and show you what we're doing to it now. So before I get to the car, I'll show you these real quick in person since I can actually do that now. It came out really nice, really good quality hoodies and t-shirts. So have some of these left, a little bit more of these, and some of these as well. Thanks, Micah. The shirts also have gotten a lot of compliments on the quality. They're really soft and they'll last a long time. So check out the website, see if we have your size, and I appreciate you guys once again for all your orders. All right, so onto the car. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get parachutes out because they're in the trunk and they're just gonna be in the way. Also gonna send one out to my cousin who wanted it. They got a little bit burnt here because it was sitting over a flame for a good amount of time. So just for safety reasons, I'm gonna replace both of these. Next, we're going to probably remove the sketch can just to make things easier to work on in the roll cage department. And like I said, this cage, although it looks pretty extreme, I believe it's only certified to 750s. So we're going to update that. We're going to remove all the electronics. So this whole panel, the wiring harnesses, once again, just to make sure nothing gets damaged or get overspray on stuff. The keypad, and the C127 dash. I believe that's all we're gonna remove for now inside here. And then plans after that will be to, probably remove that guy. And then we're going to transport fenders and a hood and a bumper, but I think the easiest way, instead of trying to stack it in the trailer, will be just to temporarily bolt them onto the car. That way they're not getting banged around in the trailer anywhere and makes it a lot easier to transport. And it'll be interesting to see how everything looks bolted up, even though this front end is still nowhere near straight. But like I said, once we cut it off about right there on both sides, it'll be top End Fabrication's job to make sure that, the panels line up with the tube front end. Finally got this thing out. What a pain. I didn't really think about having to remove all this again, but it's out. All right, this is all out. Nothing's damaged, thankfully, because this was a whole lot of time and work that I didn't want to do again. So I got the fenders on, and this is one of the new parts I got. Local buddy had donated these. He had them. Hi. He had them laying around. They're OEM perfect, besides this little dent here. That'll be fixed. And they're just 2 bolts, mostly for transport, is why they're on here. And then this fender, this is actually what came on the car when I bought it. It was a little damaged here. And I bought a new one and painted it, and this one's just been laying in the attic, so I pulled it back out and I actually had it fixed. So this is kind of a spare fender I had. And if we come over here, that same buddy that donated the fender gave me a hood. So we're gonna bolt that up. It's an OEM hood. I'm gonna use it most likely just for mock-up, and so the top end guys have something to go off of to get the lines as close as they can to stock using an OEM hood, because most of the carbon ones never fit well anyways. All right, a little bit more work. I just put these on as a joke mostly, probably for a thumbnail, might use it. But some more parts that I got for the car. So James Davis, I made a post about these TBT carbon doors. I just have them holding in with 2 bolts, but they fit pretty well and they're very light. I'm gonna compare the weight to the doors that were on it, but these look light. I mean, they're gutted. You would think they weigh nothing, but they're probably 3 times as heavy as these carbon doors. So I just had the hood laid on there. My original bumper from the Quicksilver car. Probably gonna send it with this one just so they can use it for mock-up fitment, because I don't have a new carbon bumper. 2 new OEM headlights from Toyota. Got that and a bunch of other stuff when Toyota had 25% off around Christmas. And those are kind of just popped in there. Obviously they're not held in. I mean, the front end is still pretty messed up. All right, 31.4. That's this door here. You'd think it's pretty light being so gutted, and when you open it, it feels like nothing, but 31 pounds. Let's see what this other one weighs. All right, now for the carbon door. We have 12.9, so quite a bit lighter. Obviously there's no door handle or window, but that'll probably add a pound at the most. Okay, let's see Micah. 36, not bad. So I'm pretty much saving a Micah of weight on this car with these doors. They're close to it. All right, a couple more parts I got. So this is a brand new window cowl, because mine got pretty smashed right here. The side skirts that go on the bottom of the car, or on the rocker I should say, they're both in there. We have a new crank pulley because mine got damaged. I think that's pretty much the only part of the engine that did get damaged. Went with Innovators West and got this one. This one's kind of custom because it's a rib. Most of them aren't. From a vendor, I believe that's how you pronounce it. Sorry if it's wrong. But White Rice team has been using this brand, and they said that they've been a really good product for cars revving to, 10,000, making the kind of power that we are. This is trim for the fenders. All this Toyota stuff, like I said, was on sale for Christmas. And Precision's sent back the turbo. So this was a turbo that I had on the car. It got smashed right here, so they replaced this. They went through the whole thing. Got me a brand new blanket because mine got torn up. So shout out to them. Really appreciate their support. And stay tuned regarding Precision. They've been pretty good to me. And hopefully we'll have some more goodies coming from them. This is the old turbo on the car. That was on the car when I bought it, actually. So before World Cup, I even changed this out because this is a 106, 108 Gen 2. It's way too big for what I'm trying to do. So I'm trying to sell this. It's also back from Precision, pretty much brand new. They went through the whole thing. So 2 Pro Mod turbos, but one's got to go. Forgot to mention the quarter and rocker. So dent, again, we talked about this many times, all replaced, but I will put in a picture of the rocker panel over top of this video. I did pick one up. He managed to cut out the whole quarter with the rocker together. He was from Canada, and my dad met him in Buffalo and picked it up, so it's one piece. I have a cousin storing that in Cleveland, and we'll get more on that Cleveland, Ohio topic later. All right, so I got this thing pulled out. I knew it would come in handy. This is an old block from the silver car, practicing O-ring in it, and it's been a fishing rod holder up until now. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna install the front plate, rear plate on it, and I'm gonna take it with me to Top End Fabrication. They can use this to use for mock-up. That way they can put the front plate brackets in the right spot on the tube frame. All right, so this is the back of the engine. The rear, or mid plate, I guess they call it, is a 2-piece for me, so it's pretty neat because I could pull the engine and leave the transmission in the car and the transmission's still fully supported. Or if I pull the transmission, then the engine stays in the car and it's still fully supported. And then the front plate is the Virtual Works Racing, and actually a huge shout out to 2JZ Motorsports for that piece. I was asking to buy it from them, they had it for sale, and they just sent it to me, so huge thank you to them. And I'll just roll this into the trailer, strap it in, and they can use this for mock-up. There's some more OEM parts that I didn't mention. This is the front piece that goes up top, I think radiator support or whatever you want to call it. But Top End Fabrication is going to make this removable, so it makes pulling the engine really easy. And this will help line the headlights and make installing those easier. So some of the front end will look OEM-ish. And then this part goes on top of the bumper bracket, some piece for the door jamb. And I have pretty much everything I need. I think a couple little things I'm missing, like driver's side, door handle, and that's all I can think of for now. The car is loaded up and almost ready to go to Top End in Tennessee. I do have to make another stop at National Speed to pick up the engine that came out of the car. To me it looks okay, but I didn't open it up, and Accelerated Performance, Don, said he would go over the engine, make sure it's healthy. I had some concerns with it before, so he's just gonna check it out and make sure it's good to go back into the car. I got this engine torn down a little bit more. I might pop off this dry sump pump as well, but it's pretty much ready to go in the trailer. I'm gonna try to strap it in this corner right here, get it secure, and it should be just about ready to get on the road. All right, Sunday morning, ready to hit the road. Everything's packed up, the engine, the car, and the trailer. Kids wrote me some letters for entertainment on the road. And we should be ready to roll. This camera is actually pretty handy. Keep an eye on the stuff in the car, make sure nothing's moving around, or if you slam on the brakes hard, you can make sure nothing fell. But I'll set up the camera and you guys can watch me drive for 8 hours. And I'm just kidding, that's gonna be very boring. So next stop, a couple gas stations and Top End Fabrication. So although the mileage is terrible, but we're gonna run flex fuel in this thing. It tows a lot better with the added torque, and it's pretty cheap. I just have to make some extra stops at the gas station. Just stopped to get gas. 6.2 miles per gallon with ethanol. Pretty terrible. So I'm almost at Top End Fabrication, and this maniac passes me.
Railroad crossing ahead.
And guess who it is? Good old Leak, driving my old IS300 that I sold him. So small world, but he lives right in town, and probably one of the reasons I'm even taking it to Top End Fabrication. But he's meeting me there, gonna help me out, get some dinner, and man, he keeps that car clean. I miss this thing. So I parked my trailer here for the night. This is Alik's and his twin brother's shop. So this is a awesome build I tuned a while ago, probably be touching it up again. Here's Alik's Supra. He's gonna sell me for dirt cheap. This thing is sick, very clean. His brother's clean Mark III and some other projects here. But we'll film some Top End Fabrication stuff later. Look at this minty Cresta, 38,000 miles you said?
38,000 miles, but that's how that one started, and it turned into that.
Yeah. You should have kept the seats, Alik. I like that. Yeah. So, you just throw a lot of money at this thing, and then you get that. You should have at least kept that little white thing that they throw on top of the seat.
That little apron?
For some character. Dang. So engine's dropped off at Alik's. He's gonna take this to Don for me to get it refreshed, looked over. Just worked out that he knows Don and is going there anyways.
Jet that you met.
Got it rolled in the top end fab. There's a stick shift car being built. This is Thomas West's car. Another stick shift car with a bad set of T56 that slides out. Slides on these rails and stays in. Super trick setup. But I'm about to talk with the guys, go over a game plan and see what we want to do here. So driving back home from Top End Fabrication, dropped off the car. I filmed a little bit, as you guys saw, not as much as I should have, mostly because I'm terrible at this YouTube thing. But yeah, met the team. Great, awesome group of guys. I think they're going to do a great job on the car. I have all the confidence in them. And the projects they're working on there are awesome. As you saw, a couple of stick shift cars there, one with a T56 with an awesome setup where the transmission slides back, easy to work on. They have Thomas West's car there, the Cadillac, that's going to be a stick car. They've worked on bunch of guys from my class, Josh Manning, Joel Steele. I think they were actually on their way to pick up his car for a couple updates. But yes, we talked about a plan, obviously tubing the front end, putting all the OEM panels on it, making sure that stuff lines up. We're going to update the roll cage to add any bars that I'm missing to go, or to get certified for at least 650s. Then we discussed potentially changing the seat. It is just old, and if I can get something nicer in the car, now's the time, since I have to weld onto the cage. Tabs for that. They're going to check over the whole car, actually, making sure that it's square. I didn't have a whole lot of confidence in the last place, mostly because they didn't give me any exact definition, or not definition, but exact measurements. Making sure that the car is straight after the strut towers. So they're going to check all that over before they, waste my money and their time working on a car that's not even straight. So they're going to check that out first thing. Look over the suspension. I didn't get a chance to look over like the struts or the steering rack, make sure that didn't get bent or destroyed. So I'm going to go through most of the front end in the car and recommend any changes that they have for me and get it sorted out. And then after that, I'll go to fabrication for a turbo kit and some surge tank and things like that I'll discuss later. And after that, paint. So stay tuned for further updates, and I appreciate your support and watching. And obviously subscribe, give me a thumbs up, do what you can to keep this channel growing, and I will do what I can to keep you guys updated.